Top 10 things to do in New York. 1. Statue of Liberty. America's most iconic site. The Statue of Liberty is at the top of every first-time visitor's list of things to do in New York. It was France's gift to America. Built in 1886, it remains a world symbol of freedom and is one of the top attractions in America. It is one of the world's largest statues, standing just under 152 feet tall from the base to the torch, and weighing approximately 450,000 pounds. You can see the statue from land, with particularly good views from Battery Park, on the southern tip of Manhattan. To truly appreciate the Statue of Liberty, the best thing to do is to take a short boat trip to Liberty Island and see it up close. Take a pleasant stroll around the base, and if you have reservations, enter the pedestal or the crown. 2. Central Park. A walk, pedal, or carriage ride through the crisscrossing pathways of Central Park is a must-do on anyone's New York City itinerary. In winter, you can even lace up your skates and glide across Wollman Rink. This huge park in the city center, a half-mile wide and 2.5 miles long, is one of the things that makes New York such a beautiful and livable city. Besides being a great place to experience a little nature, Central Park has many attractions within its borders, and most of them are free. If you are exploring the park on your own, start by picking up a map at one of the visitor centers and plot your route. 3. Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, or the Met, as it is commonly known, was founded in 1870 and is one of the most famous museums in the United States. The permanent collection of the Met contains more than 2 million works of art, spanning a period of 5,000 years. Although the museum has 3 sites, the centerpiece is the Met Fifth Avenue. Highlights of this collection include American decorative arts, arms and armor, costumes, Egyptian art, musical instruments, photographs, and much more. Always changing exhibitions bring some of the world's most famous works to the public. 4. Rockefeller Center and top of the Rock Observation Deck. When it comes to New York attractions, Rockefeller Center is on almost all tourist itineraries. This vast entertainment and shopping complex in the middle of Manhattan is home to NBC TV and other media, but the centerpiece is the 70-story 30 Rockefeller Plaza, an Art Deco skyscraper that offers awesome views over Manhattan from the famous top of the Rock Observation Deck. The deck, as it's known, includes 3 floors, located on the 67th, 69th, and 70th floors. Indoor and outdoor viewing spaces offer spectacular views by day or night. You can buy a top of the Rock Observation Deck ticket in advance. These tickets come with a flexible voucher redemption policy, so you can change the date if your plans change or the weather doesn't cooperate. 5. 9 to 11 Memorial and Museum. The World Trade Center's twin 110-story towers once dominated the Manhattan skyline, but were destroyed by suicide-piloted jetliners on September 11, 2001, with a tragic loss of life. Where the 2 towers of the World Trade Center once stood, now stand 2 square reflecting pools, each 1 acre in size. Known as the National September 11 Memorial, this area is a moving tribute to the almost 3,000 people killed as a result of attacks on September 11, 2001, and also the 6 people killed in the earlier World Trade Center bombing in February 1993. Surrounded by trees and grass, the pools are recessed, with water cascading over the sides and flowing into a seemingly bottomless square. These are the largest man-made waterfalls in North America. Around the pools are bronze panels with the names of all those who were killed in the attacks. 6. Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is one of New York's most famous landmark buildings and key tourist attractions. The 381-meter-tall, 102-story building was the tallest in the world until the One World Trade Center tower rose higher 41 years later. Topped with a mooring mast for airships, the Empire State Building immediately became a landmark and a symbol for NYC when it opened in 1931. There are actually 2 observatories atop the Empire State Building, both offering astounding views. On clear days, you can see up to 80 miles. Looking into the neighboring states of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. 7. The High Line. an exciting and recently expanded attraction in New York City. The High Line is a former rail line that has been transformed into an urban walking trail above the city streets. This unique linear public park has been planted with a variety of plants and trees, many of which are native species. In spring, many of these come into bloom. The park is lined with glass railings in most areas, giving it a natural feel, while still offering outstanding views of the city. Although the High Line is only about 2 to 3 stories above street level, the views of the city's architecture and the lookouts over the streets offer a whole new perspective. Along the route are art installations and benches, and near the south end is a sitting area with bleacher-style seating and a glass wall looking out onto the city. 8. American Museum of Natural History. One of New York City's best museums for a family outing, the American Museum of Natural History has something to entertain everyone. 8 permanent exhibit halls showcase all that's interesting about the natural environment of our planet, from science and the environment to animals and fossils. The museum also hosts special exhibits that run for a set block of time. Some of the current exhibits that are well worth seeing include one on sharks, featuring models of these amazing creatures that you can actually touch. Another fascinating display is the rare 22-karat Okavango blue diamond. 9. Times Square. Lined with huge, brilliantly lit billboards and screens, Times Square is the place to go in New York in the evening, but still exciting at any time of day. This is the location of New York's New Year's Eve celebrations and the famous ball drop at midnight when the square and surrounding streets are filled with people. Times Square is busy and perpetually crowded but has its own unique appeal. Bleachers set up at one end are a great place to take a break and appreciate the scene. Experience the vibrant energy of Times Square, known for its dazzling billboards, entertainment venues, and bustling atmosphere. 10. Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge, with its Gothic-shaped arches and suspension cables, is one of the city's most recognizable landmarks and has inspired generations of poets, songwriters, and painters. This historic bridge, spanning the East River from Manhattan to Brooklyn, was completed in 1883 and was the world's first steel suspension bridge. You can see it from many of the ferries or the east side of Manhattan, but the best way to experience this icon is to take an hour and walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. A wood plank walkway, only open to pedestrians and cyclists, runs above the lanes of traffic. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, so please hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel for future updates. Thanks for watching.